This is Senator Chuck Schumer of New York now speaking. Let's listen.
Since the U.S. Attorney scandal came to light, justice has been served in the Justice Department. The Attorney General long ago lost the confidence of the American people and a majority of both parties in Congress. It's been a long and difficult struggle, but at last the Attorney General has done the right thing and stepped down. For the previous 6 months, the Justice Department has been virtually non-functional and desperately needs new leadership. I don't know why it took the President so long to come to the same conclusion, but I'm glad he did. 4 months after I first called for the Attorney General to step down. Now it will be up to the White House to choose a replacement who is, above all, a professional, not a partisan, not a pal. Unlike the last time, he needs to pick the best person, not his best friend. Democrats will not obstruct or impede a nominee who we are confident will put the rule of law first, above political considerations. We beseech, we implore the administration to work with us to nominate someone whom Democrats can support and whom America can be proud of. For more than 6 months, the Justice Department has been in complete disarray. Scandal after scandal after scandal has mired the department and created a vacuum of leadership. Today, the top 3 positions at the department are all vacant. There is no Attorney General, no Deputy Attorney General, no Associate Attorney General. The lack of leadership has taken its toll on this department, whose mission is a sacred one, to uphold the rule of law. And this department is of unparalleled importance to our government and our society, too important to let languish. It is unclear which straw, there were many, broke the camel's back, but it was clear that there were plenty of straws to choose from. The Attorney General presided over the political firings of U.S. attorneys and then stonewalled any attempt to find out the truth. The Attorney General presided over a civil rights division within his department that was in complete disarray, with resignation after resignation after resignation. The Attorney General conducted the department's affairs based on political ideology, not the rule of law. The Attorney General sought to mislead Congress, even when asked the most pointed of questions. He seemed to put wriggling away from the truth far above telling the truth. With every statement, he was always trying to get out of an uncomfortable position that he had put himself in by not telling the truth previously. So, under this Attorney General, sadly, the Department of Justice had less credibility than even FEMA. Under Alberto Gonzales, the Department of Justice was a sinking ship. The President now has an opportunity to right the ship and chart a new course. I hope and pray he does so. We Democrats want to work with the President to steer this ship so that in the Justice Department the prevailing winds are those of rule of law, not politics. It's now up to the White House to pick a replacement who will put the rule of law first and politics at the bottom of the list. And today, I say to the White House that we Democrats implore you to work with us. Don't choose the path of confrontation and throw down the gauntlet with a nominee that we will find it difficult to accept. We are willing to meet you in the middle of the road. All we ask is that you choose somebody who puts rule of law first. We're not looking for confrontation here. Ideally, the White House will come to us, work with us, and there will be no confrontation over this. Here are the criteria we are looking for. A person who can be a true leader rather than a lightning rod, a unifier, not a divider. A person for whom the rule of law is a bedrock principle rather than an empty slogan. A person of unimpeachable integrity. A person who has experience and can hit the ground running. There are many, many, many people who fit this bill. Ideologically, they may not be the same as any one of us, But as long as they put the rule of law first, we can find common ground on a nominee. The Justice Department is too important to be trifled with. Ready for your questions.
And are you surprised by this? Were you surprised to hear this? And how about the timing in regards to this announcement?
Well, first, as you know, I had called for this about 4 months ago. I guess I was the first to call for the Attorney General to step down. What I really found surprising was it took so long for the President and the administration to come to their senses. You had an Attorney General who had completely lost faith with the 90,000 employees in the Justice Department, with the Congress, and most importantly, with the American people. It was clear to anyone who watched even 5 minutes of the hearings that he was doing everything he could to avoid telling the truth. It was clear when you looked at all the facts of the U.S. attorneys being fired that something was really rotten. And had he early on owned up to it and said a mistake was made and here's what I'm going to do to correct it, he could have saved his job. But he never did. So I guess what surprised me is not that he's stepping down and not that the President accepted his resignation, but that it took so darn long.